Welcome to this YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to show you the power of the filter function in Google Sheets. I have 9 use cases that I'm going to demonstrate to you. The first one is about checking simultaneously 2 conditions that are being met and using that to filter out information from this dataset. To demonstrate that, we type filter function. The first argument is the range that you want to return. I want to return all my 3 columns, comma. The next one is the condition that I need to use to filter out data in this dataset. Remember, I'm using the AND condition, which means that both the condition of East as a region and value being above greater than 20,000 have to be met for the filter to work. So to set up the condition, we're going to say, okay, the region, comma, region needs to be equal to East. So then I'm going to use the multiplication to signify the AND. The other condition is the values which are in column C need to be greater than 30,000. So these two are the basis upon which my filter is going to work and extract values from this dataset. As you can see, it has extracted East and 35,000. Why it has left out this East is because 25,000 is less than 30,000. If at all we had said this is 20,000, you'll observe that now it brings this one as well. So this is how you have to set up the condition. And the way why we use the multiplication is because when we if this one is true and multiply it to another true, we get true. Because a true in computer language is 1 and a false is 0. So if one is false and the other one is true, and you multiply a false which is 0 with a true which is 1, you'll get 0. And 0 in computer language is false. And when it is false, that one will not be selected. If you want, I can go into details here where I say this, I'm checking this to be East. I enter that, then I drag it down. So you'll see that only the East values where they are East, that is East. And when I double click this, that is East, these are only the truths. And then also where the value is greater than, if I say 20K, the first one will say true, and all the others will say true because all these are greater than 20K. However, when I do the multiplication, true and true, I get 1. And as I told you, the computers recognize 1 as true. And these ones are false. Another true is here where both of them are true. And then the others are false. So that's why we do the multiplication. Use case number 2. So let's see how this one works. We're going to say, select the range we want to return. And we are saying we need that column to read East, or we use addition. This one here to be greater than 30,000. These are the 2 conditions which determine what is filtered. When we do that, you can see that East Here, irrespective of the fact that it's less than 30,000, it is selected, and here as well, and the other values are all greater than 30,000 apart from this. The reason why this is selected is because we are using the all. We're not strict on our condition that it must be east and 30,000. All we are saying is as long as it is east or greater, just pick that one. Use case number 3. In this use case, I'm combining the earlier two together, where I'm looking at a situation where I want north or east, and also the value being greater than 50,000. So the way this one works, we're going to say filter. What we want to be returned is this one here. Our first condition, I'm going to put a bracket there. East needs to be east in brackets. And close another bracket here. Because I'm using all, it can be east or this here, or this region here. It's not picking my values. So let me just copy this, copy this here. Okay. Now this time it needs to be north, like so. So I'm saying that column can be east. I need a comma quotes there, or it can be north. That's the addition. Now, after that, there's an outside bracket, this one, and the value is in column. This must be greater than 50,000. Close that condition, close that bracket, press enter. So the region has to be east or north. That's why you have east or north being selected, and the value must be greater than 50,000. That's why we have values greater than 50,000. If I reduce this one to 40,000, it will go off my list. So the value has to be 50,000, and the region has to be east or north. The next one is to check for duplicates. Now, again, the filter function, my range is this. Now, the condition for duplicates is that if we count values in a given column and we get more than one, then we know that is a duplicate. And because I'm interested in two columns, the one for the name and the one for the region, so instead of using the count if, I'll use the count ifs formula. So let's go and start, and we're going to say filter. What we want returned is this. I'm using the count ifs because I'm testing two ranges. The first range is the range for name, and my criteria is also that. Then the region, my criteria is also from the region. This one should be this C2 to C13. And when I count all this, the value has to be greater than 1 to know that it is a duplicate. And then we use that to filter out the values in our range. So you see BC, we have BC here, and we have BC at the end there. So these two are the duplicates that we are filtering out. So this is very handy. You can use this in your work to know the duplicate values. Use case number 5. Use case number 5 is about finding blanks in this data set. Here, what we want to do is filter out columns that are blank. So we say that is what we want to return. Then we are saying this column, as long as you have a space there. Now we can use the all or the and right away. So let me first use the all. So I use my addition. Or the region is blank, the space, and I close my filter function. So if I use the all, as long as there's a blank in any column, it will be selected. So this column is selected, this row is selected. Then it comes and finds a blank here. It also selects this. But if I use the and I use this as multiplication, you'll observe that it gets only 1. And why is it 1? It is because the blank appears in the name column and the region column. Use case number 6 is about searching for a particular text. So here again, I use the filter function. The text I'm going to be searching for is called South P. What I want returned is right here. And to search for a text, I'm going to use another Google Sheet function, which is called search, which asks me what I'm searching for. It is in cell I1. Where am I searching that? In this region, column of the regions. I close it and return this. So when you search through here, you'll find South P, and then it returns that column. If I come here and also make this South P, you'll find that it also returns it. So this is a way you can search by text from a given and use that as a basis to search for it in a given data set. Use case number 7 is where I do some computations. So the way this one works is that I'm going to first filter out by a region. And after I get the values of that region, then I do computations of total, average, minimum, and maximum. So what will happen is I'll say filter. And because I want only the figures, so I'm going to specify only this column of figures. And the condition for my filter will be that my region is what is specified in this drop-down. And when I do that, what happens is it will filter out values based on this region. You can see it has filtered 32201 of West. This is the first one, and then this is the second one. Now, after it has filtered those values, then because I want the total, I'll just make this total, surround this with the word sum, and it will give me the sum of those two values. For West, the 32 West plus 39 West, we get 71. For average, we are going to do the same. We are going to filter out based on the region, which is set here. Then after we do that, it returns the two values. Then we surround our values we have got with the average function so that it just adds the filtered values and we get so. And of course, you do the same for minimum and maximum. I hope you get the idea. All you need to do is to change this function to min, like so. Then I can copy the function here. Then I change this to maximum. The rest are the same. Maximum. And there you go. So the objective is you first filter out the values. After you've got the values, then you do your computations. Whatever computations first filter the values, then do the computation. Use case number 8 is about returning a particular column. So you remember, if I want to return all the columns based as the range here, the first range here gives me what is going to be returned. If I want all columns and I want region, then it returns. I've not selected I want to select regions properly, then it returns east. Okay, but as it returns east, it returns the values in all the columns, as you can see right here. But if you want only 2 columns, then you specify, instead of going from B to D, you can go to up to C. Then it will return those 2 columns. If you want only 1, you go up to B. Then it will return only this, like so. So whatever you specify in the range here is what is returned. Use case number 9. Use case number 9 is about filtering out a value, a character. And to do that, I'm going to again to use the search function, which I'll use to search the character I want to be filtered out. So I'm going to say search, what character am I searching? I'm going to search E. Where am I searching for? The range is in the range of regions. I close that. So any region that has letter E in it will be returned. As you can see, East, Central, all these have letter E. But you can say, okay, I want everything that starts with EA, EA. So in that case, you come here and say EA, then it will return East or any other letter that you're interested in. If it is SU, you can return South P, as you can see right there. So that is my last use case of the filter function. Hope you have liked this video, and if so, please hit the like function and also subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. Thank you for watching.